Hello sweeties. I'm sorry for not posting for so long. I hope you guys aren't mad at me. Anyways, I made this soft and fluffy video for Akaashi's birthday special. I hope you'll enjoy it. Love you. November 29th, 10:45 p.m. Akaashi Kiji. Akaashi Kiji. Akaashi Kiji. Akaashi Kiji. Akaashi Kiji. What is it, Bokuto-san? You know you could have just texted me once. I'm outside your apartment, can you please pick me up? Face with big pleading eyes. Akaashi puts on a jacket and brought a spare one as well. He got out of his apartment room, quickly sprinting down the stairs. Knowing Bokuto, he probably came without wearing anything decent. What are you doing outside my apartment? It's in the middle of winter, Bokuto Koutarou, you could have caught a cold. But to his surprise, the baby owl was wearing the proper outfit for winter. He's even carrying a luggage bag full of clothing. My parents kicked me out of the house. The poor baby said as he frowned. How did you even get kicked out of your own house? Akaashi, can't you let me in first? It's cold. Akaashi let out a soft sigh as he invited Bokuto into his apartment. He took out Bokuto's favorite red blanket, letting him to settle in the living room, making a warm cup of hot chocolate and preparing Bokuto's favorite strawberry-flavored pocky. He then plopped it on the coffee table in front of the couch. Explain yourself, Mr. Koutarou. Why can't I visit my boyfriend? Bokuto pouted as he curled himself into a ball. He clothed himself under the blanket to keep himself warm. Later then taking a sip of the hot chocolate and biting the pocky. I never said you couldn't, but why did you have to bring a luggage bag with you? Like I said, I got kicked out. And you thought it was a good idea to come to my place? Bokuto looked down as he starts to fidget with his fingers. Akaashi sat down next to him, cupping his face, positioning him to look straight at Akaashi. Look at me, Bokuto-san. Bokuto and Akaashi stared into each other's eyes. Akaashi then planted a soft peck on Bokuto's lips. I'm not mad at you, I'm just worried, okay? It's cold outside and I would hate myself if anything were to happen to you. I'm sorry, Akaashi. I know it's wrong to just go off to someone's house without any warning, but I came to everyone's house. What do you mean? I went to some other people's house first. Like who? Yamaguchi and Tsuki's. Sugawara and Aichi's. Kageyama and Hinata's. Iwaizumi and Oikawa's. Kenma and Kuru's. Despite his complaints, deep down Akaashi was hoping that Bokuto would have come to him first. He couldn't help but to feel sad and disappointed at the same time. No one would let me stay for long with them, plus, it's awkward living in a house with a couple and being a third wheel and like. Everyone were mad at me for not proposing to you yet. Bokuto muttered the last part, barely letting Akaashi hear it. What was that? Nothing. But, you know. They all have moved in with each other. I'm kinda jealous of them, not gonna lie. Don't you think it's about time I move in with you? Why is that? I mean, Kashi. We're in our last year of college now. Don't you think we should? Well. What is it, Bokuto? Just get straight to the point, baby. It's just, I miss you on a daily basis. Just imagining waking up to Akaashi every morning is just so amazing. Bokuto said excitedly while pulling Akaashi into his embrace. Akaashi couldn't help but to blush by his sudden action. It's almost been 8 years since they've started dating. Akaashi could never stop himself from having butterflies in his stomach every time when Bokuto smiles at him, cuddles him, kisses him. It's all feel like a dream. He can't help but to imagine what'll happen with them in the future. Will they get married? Adopt kids? Have a family? Will they grow old together? Those are Akaashi's daily imaginations. He would imagine living in the city with Bokuto, just enjoying their life. Not a day goes by that they stopped loving each other. Thinking all of that made Akaashi smiles to himself. I'm so whipped for him, aren't I? Yeah, that doesn't sound so bad after all. Akaashi hugged Bokuto back, tightening their hug. Bokuto kissed Akaashi's head, playing with the messy bed hair that Akaashi had on. Welcome home, Bokuto Koutarou. Akaashi said with a soft, welcoming voice. I love you, Akaashi. I love you too, Bokuto-san. And just like that, Bokuto Kautarao is officially moved into my apartment. What could I possibly did in my previous life to deserve this? The 5th of December, 10:30 a.m. Akaashi was staring at the love of his life, Bokuto Kautarao, who's beside him in bed. His thoughts trailed off as he caressed Bokuto's cheeks, the couple still in bed cuddling with each other. Akaashi? Did I wake you up? No, you didn't. Bokuto said in a raspy voice, his eyes still half opened, but soon pulling Akaashi closer for a kiss. Happy birthday, Kashi. Thank you, Bokuto. They stayed in bed cuddling with each other for a couple of minutes, a comforting silence brushing over them. Say, Akaashi? Let's go out today, we'll be celebrating your birthday. You sure? Of course, I already had everything planned out. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get up. Bokuto whined. Just a few more minutes. Akaashi kissed Bokuto's forehead later, then caressing it. Alright, you big baby owl. Akaashi locked the door to his apartment. They both are ready to go on with their day. So where are we going? To celebrate your birthday, of course. Akaashi just nodded. Little did he know that Bokuto had something very special prepared for him. It'll change both of their life, in a good way of course. They got into Akaashi's car, Bokuto at the driver's seat and Akaashi beside him. They soon drove off to their destination. After a few hours of drive, they arrived at their destination. The place was very quiet and peaceful. As they walked closer to the restaurant, Akaashi realized that the restaurant was located on the edge of the lake, making the restaurant a floating one. A floating restaurant? I've always wanted to go to one of these. Yes, and I've reserved the whole restaurant for you today. Akaashi is very happy and excited, but he couldn't help it but to feel bad. Bokuto always doing so much for him, it's almost unfair. Bokuto-san, we've talked about this. I know, please just let me spoil you on your birthday. Akaashi let out a soft sigh. Fine. They entered the restaurant, but it was dark. Akaashi took a step forward to check if there's anyone in the restaurant. Is it closed? Akaashi turned his head to Bokuto, but he shook his head. By the time he's facing the restaurant's entrance again, the light suddenly turned on. Surprise! Akaashi was shocked by the surprise. He scanned around the restaurant just to see all of his friends, his family and even Bokuto's parents, wearing a party hat and blowing a party horn. You guys. Akaashi started to tear up. He was so touched. He can't believe that everyone gathered together to celebrate his birthday. That's when the pretty setters came in. Nah, Kashi. Don't you dare go off thinking those I'm not worth it. Why are you guys doing this for me? I swear I'm gonna lecture you again. Now, it's your birthday, we don't want Sugar to take all the spotlight with his lectures, do we? And you're our friend, of course you're worth it, Kashi. Yes, Akaashi-san. You're amazing and one of the most beautiful person I've met, personality-wise and appearance-wise. Don't put yourself down like that. We love you, Kashi. Happy birthday. They leaned in closer to each other for a big hug. Akaashi sniffled. He couldn't help it. He's so thankful that he have such amazing friends. They enjoyed their day at the floating restaurant. There were various activities that had been prepared for them. "7 p.m. Bokuto took the microphone that was prepared for them. I have an announcement to make. So he's finally doing it? Finally. Everyone seemed like they had an idea of what's going on. Akaashi on the other hand, he was so confused. What's going on? You'll see. Akaashi Kiji. Yes, Bokuto-san? Why? Is there something wrong? No, nothing is wrong. I just have a question for you. Well, go on ahead, baby. Bokuto took a deep breath, trying to calm himself down. He pulled himself back together and started talking again. Kashi, do you remember the first time we met each other? Of course I would. That was the time I fell in love with you. I would never trade that memories with anything else. Why? Well, I never believed in love at first sight. But after meeting you for the first time, everything changed. I couldn't believe what I saw with my two eyes back then, an angel, standing right in front of me. I was head over heels for you. Bokuto chuckled. Who am I kidding? I still am. I knew from the very first moment we laid eyes on each other, I just know that we were meant for each other. That's why today, it's your special day. I wanted you to always remember that your birthday is so important to me. Without you born on this day, I wouldn't be in love with you, with the Akaashi Kiji. So, may I ask the question now, Kashi? Akaashi nodded. He was so speechless and touched that he couldn't seem to find the right words to put together to describe how happy he's feeling. Bokuto got down from the stage. He got on one knee in front of Akaashi and pulled out a small box out of his pocket. He opened the box and there is a beautiful engagement ring in it. Akaashi Kiji, will you marry me? Yes, of course. Bokuto put the ring on Akaashi's finger, quickly standing up and pulling Akaashi into his embrace. I love you. I love you. I love you so much, Bokuto Koutarou. Akaashi said as he hugged Bokuto back, tears of joy just streaming down his face. No words could describe how happy Akaashi feels. He feels like something that was missing before finally is there. I love you too, Kiji. Everyone at the party clapped their hands and congratulated them. After holding back for too long, Bokuto finally asked Akaashi to marry him. Akaashi, please take care of our Bokuto. He can be a pain sometimes, but please love him with all of your heart. Yes, of course, there won't be a day goes by that I don't love him. Akaashi smiled softly at Kouterou's mama. They both gave each other a warm heartfelt hug. I trust you, you're the only person that can make Bokuto this happy. Bokuto, please love and protect Akaashi with all of your heart. He's always been such a delicate angel. Meeting you was the greatest thing that had happened to him. I've never seen him love someone this much before, so, I'll trust you with taking care of him. In 100 lifetimes, in 100 worlds, in any version of reality, I'd find him and I'd choose him, over and over again. I promise that I'll love him for as long as I shall live. You can put all your trust on me, aunt. Now, don't need to be formal, we're going to be family from now on. You call me Mama Kiji anytime. Bokuto nodded and she smiles. He can feel the sincerity from her smile. Of course she loved her son, she was the one who carried him in her womb after all, and for that, Bokuto is very grateful to her. Akaashi and Bokuto got back to each other, gathering with their friends. We're so happy for you. You finally did it. Well, about that, how long were you planning this, Bokuto-san? Maybe about 2 months. Omi, shush. And you all knew about this? No. Yes. Akaashi was surprised. He didn't expect everyone to know about it, except himself. Kawa, look what you've done. Bokuto. Is it true? Bokuto nodded, but quickly after that he looked down feeling guilty. Akaashi cupped Bokuto's face and positioned him to look at his face. Bokuto can see tears forming in Akaashi's eyes. He couldn't help but to panic. Kashi, what's wrong? No, it's just. I don't think I deserve all of this. Akaashi's tears streamed down like crazy again. I'm so happy, thank you so much. Kashi, I don't like that. How you say you don't deserve all of this? You deserve everything. The whole world doesn't deserve you. You're literally the sweetest human being ever. You're the most perfect, talented, amazing, beautiful person I've ever met. So, from now on, promise me that you'll stop thinking like that, okay? I promise. Thank you guys, for everything. Anything for you, Kashi. They spent the night away happily, everybody enjoying every second of it. A few months later. Kashi, are you ready? Tomorrow is the day. Yes, very much, but I'm quite nervous. It's normal, babe, don't beat yourself too much about it, okay? I'll try, thanks. We'll see you tomorrow at the wedding. Wedding day. Do you, Akaashi Kiji, take Bokuto Koutarou to be your lovely husband, to love, to honor and to cherish? I do. And do you, Bokuto Kaotarao, take Akaashi Kiji to be your lovely husband, to love, to honor and to cherish? I do. Let them exchange their vows. I, Akaashi Kiji, take you, Bokuto Kaotarao as my beloved husband. I'm head over heels for you ever since the first time we laid eyes on each other. How lucky am I to call you mine. Your love and trust makes me a better person, each and every day. For all those times that we've been together, you were always there for my greatest challenges. You reminded me every day that I deserve everything that I have, you helped believe in myself and become the person that I am today. In your arms and by your side, I know I can do anything. I, Bokuto Kaotarao, take you, Akaashi Kiji as my beloved husband. You have become my lover, my companion, and my best friend. There's no one else I'd want to build a life with. I get to have you by my side, as my love, my best friend and my husband. I promise to love you for who you are, and for who you are yet to become. I promise to share my whole heart with you, and to make you remember how deeply I care for you, no matter the challenges that may come our way. I promise that I'll love you for eternity. You may now kiss. Bokuto pulled Akaashi in for a passionate kiss. The audience gave a big applause to the newlywed couple. 5 years later. Kashi, I'm home. A tiny version of Akaashi came running towards the door. Bokuto picked up Akari Kaotarao from the ground. Sweetie, don't run around, what if you tripped and fall? I'm sorry, Dada. It's okay, just don't do it again, okay? Okay. Bokuto carried Akari with him. He went to the kitchen and saw Akaashi carrying Haruki while cooking. Bokuto sneaked behind his back and gave Akaashi a quick peck on the cheeks. Welcome home, Bokuto. They had their dinner and after that, they put the twins straight to bed. Kashi, I love it. Our life, how we have to put them to bed first to have our alone time, it's so thrilling yet relaxing, how we have the little version of us. Akaashi chuckled. I love it too, Bokuto. I wouldn't trade this for anything else. I'm glad that I can always see that beautiful smile of yours, thank you for coming into my life, Kashi. Bokuto pulled Akaashi in for a kiss, spending the rest of the evening cuddling each other while watching a movie. Thank you for being the part of me that I'll always need, Bokuto Kaotarao. The end.
Are you guys interested in buying yourself some sweet anime merch? If you click the link in description, there are a lot of choices, such as shirts, hoodies, pants, and jackets as well. There are a lot of anime merch that you can choose from, such as My Hero Academia, Haikyuu, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, Attack on Titan and many more. You will also be able to get some discounts from 20% to 60% off. And if you are ready to purchase some of these amazing merch, use the link in my description.
This video was kinda long, hope you've enjoyed it either way. As always, my social medias are always linked down below. If you want to join the Discord server, feel free to click the link. Stay safe, take care and I love you.